Okay, so the first thing is, let's say if I give you a point and a slope, okay? The slope is negative 2/3, and the point is negative 6 and 9, okay? All right, so I want you to represent this in slope intercept form, point slope form, and standard form, all right? So the first thing is we need to write our slope intercept form, okay? So this one is your x1 and that's your y1, all right? I'm sorry, the first thing is point slope form, all right? So the first one is point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1, all right? Then all you need to do is you need to take that value and plug for m, your y, put in for y1, x1, put in for x1, and that would be your point slope form, okay? So here is the answer for point slope form. Y minus 9 equals negative 2 over 3 x minus a negative 6. And of course, minus a negative is a plus. So that right there is your point slope form, all right? So whenever I'm asking for point slope form, I'm asking for that, and that's it. You are not solving for y or x, okay? So the next form is slope intercept. Slope intercept form, okay? It is easier for you to have this and write that in slope intercept form, okay? All right. So we are going to use a point slope form to make a slope intercept form, all right? So y minus 9 equals negative 2 over 3 x plus 6. All right, slope intercept form, what you do is you solve for y equal mx plus b. All right, so let's solve for y minus 9 equals, you need to use the distributive property to get rid of parentheses, okay? That's 2 over 3x, 2 over 3 times 6. That would be a 4, negative 4. Please do not do this. That is wrong, okay? All right, there is no more parentheses. Now, we are still not where we want it to be, all right? We need y by itself. So we need to get rid of that 9, negative 9 on that side. So y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 5. Okay, so that right there is your slope intercept form. All right, so we have our point slope form. We have our slope intercept form. All right, okay. The last one is the standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Okay, so we are going to use the slope intercept form and rewrite the slope intercept form as a standard form. All right, so let's reuse the slope intercept form. Y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 5. Okay, standard form, your x and your y needs to be on the same side. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to move that to this side. All right, again, anytime you move any term across the equal sign, uh, the sign in front of that changes. All right, so we are going to move negative 2 over 3x over to the left. That will make it positive 2 over 3x plus y equals 5. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is to make sure that we don't have a fraction. To do that, all you need to do is you multiply everything by the denominator, okay, which is 3. So multiply everything by 3. All right. 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 3, that's 2x. 3 times y, that's 3y, equals 5 times 3, that's 15. And that right there is your standard form. So if I give you 2 points, -5, -5, 0, oh my goodness, this thing, 0, 3, okay? So we need to look for the slope for this. Again, that's x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 3 minus -5 over 0 minus -5. That's 8 over 5. Okay, so that is the slope. So to write the equation, we need the slope and we need x1 and y1. All right. Okay. So the first equation is point slope form, which is y minus y1 mx minus x1. All right. Y minus -5 equals 8 over 5, which is my m. X minus -5. Okay, x1 is -5, y1 is -5. And then again, anytime you see two negatives, that's a positive. So that right there is your point slope form. All right. And next, let's talk about slope intercept. Y equals mx plus b. That's the slope intercept. So we are going to use a point slope form and rewrite that as slope intercept. Equals 8 over 5 x plus 5. And then you are going to solve for y. Y plus 5. 8 over 5 times x is 8 over 5x. 8 over 5 times 5 is 8. Okay. And the last step is to get rid of the positive 5 on the left. So y can be by itself. So -5, -5. All right. That right there is your slope intercept form. Okay. So that is the point slope form. That's it. This is your slope intercept form. Okay. We have mx plus b. And then standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. All right. Okay, so we are going to use the slope intercept form to write our standard form. Okay. Y equals 8 over 5x plus 3. You got to move the 8 over 5x to the left side. So positive becomes a negative when you move it over. Carried out the y equals 3. All right, now we have to think about something. The first thing is our ABC needs to be integers, no fraction. The second thing is A needs to be positive. Okay, so we are thinking about something. This is something that we have not talked about. We are multiply everything by the denominator, which is 5. All right, okay. Now, we need to make this negative a positive. The only way that can happen is we are multiplied by a negative value. Okay, so instead of 5, we are multiplied by negative 5. So this can turn into positive. All right, so negative 5 times a negative 8 divided by 5, that's a positive 8, and we have an x. Okay, negative 5 times y, that's a negative 5y equals negative 5 times 3 is a negative 15. Then that right there is your standard form. All right, I'm just reviewing. Let's say you have a graph, and you probably recognize this. And let's say this is, why is a different color, man? Come on, man. Let's say this is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Okay. So remember, to find the equation for this thing, you need two things. You need your b, which is the y-intercept right here. And you need your m, which is rise over run. Okay. Remember rise over run? Up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So 4 over 4, which is 1. Okay, so the slope intercept form for this line is y equals mx plus b. Thus, y equals 1x plus 4, or we can call it x plus 4. Okay, so most of the time you're going to see y equals x plus 4, actually, all the times. All right.